installment series I'm doing. I just finished my Lions franchise. We always do 5-year rebuilds, and we do 5 off seasons because if a team's already set up to win year one, I don't really consider winning that Super Bowl a product of my work, so I don't count it. So we take 5 off seasons to try to win a Super Bowl. We make multiple video parts. The first year is usually just trades and me just deciding what direction I want to go with the team. And then year two usually picks up, not year two, the second episode usually picks up at the draft after I do some moves during the off season, so that way the video's not too long. So I take the first episode, kind of just guide you in my direction. And then in two, after I do the off season, I go through the transactions list. We take a look at the decisions I made. I talk about it. We do the draft, and then if the second season is a competing year, then we'll play some games here and there, and definitely play during the playoff games to try to win the Super Bowl. If we don't end up making the playoffs, then we do another off season. That then goes to the next part of the episode. The goal is 5 off seasons, regardless of how many Super Bowls we win or not. With the Detroit Lions, we made it to the Super Bowl twice and only won one of them. In this one, as long as we win one, the goal is completed. So it is a hot topic that the Cowboys won't be able to pay Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons. So, in my own time for a little bit, I spent some time looking around the trade block, just deciding what route I wanted to go with things. It's on all Madden competitive, 15 minutes. I have them do everything except for touch my depth chart and my trades. I want them to not make trades for me. And then these are all the settings we use. We kept all the regular injuries on to try to be somewhat realistic. But this is not a very realistic way I'm going to be rebuilding the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to make the Dallas Cowboys tank year one for the hopes of getting a new quarterback of the future. Personally, I actually kind of do like Dak Prescott, but I don't believe that paying him $60 million is going to give us much flexibility down the future. Because with the Lions franchise, when we paid Jared Goff his big money, it got really hard to keep some of my favorite players around. So it's going to get that way with this team as well. So we're going to kind of just rip that band-aid off and start making some trades year one. And that first trade is going to be trading Dak Prescott. Now, I'll just show you guys the trades that come up, but I already know what trade I'm going to take. It's cool that you can get Denzel Ward. It's cool that you can get Anthony Richardson in draft picks. Yada, yada, yada. There's some relatively, decent trades you could take here, but I know the trade I want. I'm going to be trading with the Cardinals, and we're going to be giving up Dak Prescott and 3 second-round picks in exchange for Kyler Murray and their 3 first-round picks. Projected pick 4 and 2 first-round picks on top of that. Wait, hold on. And then a future 6th-round pick, my bad. So the reason why I'm doing that is because that projected 4th-round pick, that projected 4th pick can be really useful in trade right now for getting us more pieces. I'm now going to flip those draft picks to, the projected higher ones. I'm going to flip those 3 Cardinal picks because now I expect the Cardinals to be a little bit better with Dak Prescott under center, and I do expect them to re-sign him. I'm going to send them to the Broncos, who I do expect to be a worse team because their projected pick right now is at 12. So I have more value in this trade if I give them projectively better picks, and this gives me a chance to maybe sneak some extra picks. Maybe we can get 3 seconds in the trade or some thirds or whatever. And even 2 extra seconds is fine. Even that would be fine too. Take out the 4th. Again, we sneak an extra 2nd-round pick in the trade, which I think is good. Yeah, sneak an extra 2nd, 4th, and 5th, trading down those 1st-round picks because I now expect the Cardinals to be a better team. So now we get a chance to get those picks. And I was looking around the league at what teams could be a threat to take to outbeat me with the picks that I'm getting. So with the Broncos pick, the goal is to hopefully maybe get a 1st-round pick out of that, maybe get the 1st pick of the draft. The Patriots do sometimes tend to be bad, so if I send Kyler to the Patriots, maybe they'll be better, and maybe they won't steal the odds of taking my odds of getting a quarterback. which in generally they don't need a quarterback. I mean, Drake May is fine, but this also gives me a chance to get more draft picks and get off that Kyler Murray contract a bit sooner rather than later. But I will just explore the trade market for Kyler Murray. Deron Payne, that's a pretty decent trade. I'm okay with that. I'll come back to the Kyler Murray trade in a second. Um, First, we're now going to officially get rid of CeeDee Lamb. Looking at the CeeDee Lamb trades, there's some okay ones. I think Joey Bosa is pretty cool. Trent McDuffie's cool, but we already have two pretty good caliber corners. There's some alright ones. Marshawn Lattimore is an intriguing one. But we're going to go send him to the Dolphins. Now, this move is kind of interesting for the Dolphins because the Dolphins will have Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb, which right now with Tyreek Hill being 30, this would be a good opportunity for them to jump on trying to make a Super Bowl run. So obviously having to pay CeeDee Lamb will be a bit of an issue for them, but that's going to be their problem, not mine. And I actually will help them out a little bit by also getting Bradley Chubb in this trade, which I will do after I make some money. Okay, we'll come back to that one. First, let's clear up some money. How much money can we make clearing up Brandon Cooks? About $5 million. Works for me. The idea of getting Zayvon Collins is quite intriguing. We can get him on a multi-year deal. He's got a 3-year deal, right? Or is it a 2-year deal? Yeah, not too expensive, and we get some draft picks. I'm cool with that. I want to see if I ask them for more. If they say yes, can I steal a 3rd round pick in this trade? Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be a 4th. Yeah, it's looking like it's just going to be a 4th. I guess I'll take the 5th. Zayvon Collins and a 5th for Brandon Cooks. Is this not the trade offer they offered me 2 seconds ago? No, maybe it was for a 6, and I'm just going crazy. And again, it is almost 3 in the morning, so I don't plan on repaying Brandon Cooks, so getting Zayvon Collins, and oh, it was a 7th round pick. Never mind. But it's a 7th round pick in this year's draft, so I guess that's fine. Can I have a 6, please? Yeah, okay, fine. I guess I'll take the 7th. Can we make it 2 7ths? Cool. Zayvon Collins and 2 7ths for Brandon Cooks. Okay, let's get to the next trade. Okay, so next on the list is DeMarcus Lawrence. Looking at the DeMarcus Lawrence trades, Brandon Cooks back. Rashee Rice is nice. He's definitely super cheap. But no. Kenny Moore's pretty good too, but no. I need to make some money so I can make the trades I want to make. There's definitely better trades we can make there. I'm gonna trade Zach Martin to the Browns. I guess they can get away with not having a quarterback if they have a little bit more money. I'm gonna try to get Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb and let's say like some 2nd round picks or something. How about Nick Chubb and a 2nd round pick? Actually, I'm probably not winning this Nick Chubb trade, am I? Well, I'm not too far away. What if I threw in Marquise Bell, who I don't know if I'm going to resign or not? Or what if I threw in like Eric Kendricks? Because they have money. We can offer you Carl Lawson. You know what, let's get rid of that Kyler Murray contract so we can make some money. Then we can start figuring out trades where we need money. So we can take on contracts. If I could just get some extra draft picks from the Patriots, that would be swell. Because I can use those in the Nick Chubb trade. That's a bit much to ask for, but Imagine if they think Kyler Murray is the future and not Drake May. Hmm. I would say that they're undervaluing Kyler Murray, but at the same time, eh, he does have a big contract, and it's not like they need him anyway. I'm just trading him to that team because they have a lot of money. I guess I could have also traded with the Commanders for Deron Payne, but that trade wouldn't really make sense for the Commanders because they have Jaden Daniels, and the Commanders are not really a threat to me to take my top pick. The Patriots are, so that's why I'm trading with the Patriots instead of trading with the Commanders for Deron Payne. I guess I could have traded for Deron Payne and then trade him for picks, but the whole goal is to get rid of the money. We'll see what the Patriots do. Maybe they'll trade Kyler Murray. Maybe they'll flip him. They can do whatever they want. So I'm now going to trade CeeDee Lamb to the Dolphins. We're going to do that Dolphins trade. They give him a green. Jaden Waddle's on a 5-year deal, which at the same time he'll be cheaper than paying CeeDee Lamb, so we'll get him. They probably want to play Kamara anyway, so why not trade with me? Get a little salary off their books. Our trade's in the green. What if we make it a future second, third, and fourth or something? Okay, take out the third. Take out the second. I don't know. How about that? Okay, we're really close to a trade. We're like butt naked close to a trade right now. I mean, we're still getting 2 first-round picks out of this. Ooh, I actually kind of like Snoop Connor, but he's not going to make the team, so Snoop Connor and CeeDee Lamb gets us Jalen Waddle, Bradley Chubb, and 2 first-round picks. I mess with that. I like it. All those extra picks are going to help me get Nick Chubb when the time comes. First, let's get rid of DeMarcus Lawrence. Maybe we can get some picks for him to use in the trade that we want. Hmm. Kyron Williams. Brian Breesy in picks could also be interesting. I see some interesting receiver trades. Do we send him to the Steelers and get George Pickens, who the Steelers believe has I don't know if they think he has an attitude problem or something, but they doesn't seem like they believe that he's the receiver that they like. I mean, to be fair, they didn't trade for Ayuk, so maybe they do believe he's the future, but it seems like they had some issues with his attitude and stuff at some point, so maybe we get a young receiver like George Pickens and some draft capital for a guy who is not really going to make our team in the future anyway. And a projected 20th pick. Maybe we can do something like this. Obviously, yeah, I'm asking for quite a bit. I understand that. But I'm just trying to get a gauge of what we can do here. Yeah, we can almost get George Pickens and a first-round pick in this trade, which we can then use this in the Nick Chubb trade, because I don't think the Steelers are going to be that bad. Okay, who else can we throw in this trade? Mr. Burnett. We'll offer Burnett. Deontay Burnett. We'll offer you a receiver in return. Chuma is actually a decent guy. And after we trade Zach Martin, he could become our right guard. Chauncey Goldston, he's a young future star. Okay. But that means Jordan Phillips is just a bridge player, so he can kick rocks. And then we can offer a future 5th round pick and a this year up to a 5th round pick. Start with a 6th. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a 5th and maybe a 7th. So Demarcus Lawrence, Deontay Burnett, Jordan Phillips, and two fifth-round picks gets us George Pickens in a first. I like it. This is how you rebuild and then tank. Um, we're gonna need a bridge quarterback. I'm looking for a veteran bridge quarterback because Trey Lance is probably not gonna be the guy. And to be fair, I just made you take on a big quarterback salary, so why don't I take Jacoby Brissett off your hands? Fourth and seventh. You want Damian Wilson? We can make that work. So now we have Jacoby Brissett as our bridge quarterback. We can move on from Cooper Rush and Trey Lance, and we can hopefully draft a good quarterback. I still want to obtain Nick Chubb. I want him to be my running back because I got Bradley Chubb. I want us to be Team Chubby. Team Chubby. Is there any other Chubbies? Not that I can recall. There might be, but we got Nick Chubb and Bradley Chubb. I got pick for days. Broncos pick, Steelers pick, our pick, and without having a good quarterback, ideally that pick should be valuable. Zach Martin. I'm willing to offer Eric Kendricks in the trade. I don't know if I want to throw in my first round pick. Maybe like in the future, my first round pick. Maybe a second round pick. Let's start with the third. It's definitely a close trade. Like we're not like incredibly far away from getting a deal. Marquise Bell, I just don't really know if I have planned to resign him or not. He doesn't have a lot of value in the trade though, so there's really no point. Uh, they want a D tackle. Do I offer Osa? I was thinking about repaying. I'm probably gonna pay Osa to stay. I think I want to try to keep some of the talent around. Left tackle, we're not offering Tyler Guyton. Quarterback, I don't really have a lot to offer at quarterback. You can have Trey Lance if you want. Yeah, I kind of figured you didn't want Trey Lance. Um, yeah, I gave up like all of my second round picks. I got a few second round picks back, but hmm, I will obtain Nick Chubb later. We'll come back for Nick Chubb. We're gonna need Zach Martin to make the trade though, so we can't trade him just yet. What can we get for Eric Kendricks? He's a veteran. He deserves to go to a team where he can compete. Um, hmm. Isaiah Rogers, Malcolm Rodriguez, Christian Watson. Christian Watson would be a bit of a steal. Amani Hooker might have more value in the Nick Chubb trade. And maybe I'm just lying, but I think he would. A star safety. Um, the fact that they're offering me draft picks at all makes me feel like Amani Hooker's value is just down. Yep, kind of figured. So Eric Kendricks got us Amani Hooker and a bunch of future picks, which now we can use to try to pull towards that Bradley Chubb trade. Not to mention the fact that we can now also offer Amani Hooker, which I think will have more value and more weight in the trade than Eric Kendricks did. Yeah, one can hope. He's a star. He's a star. So hopefully. So let's go talk to the Browns now. I still don't think that that's going to be the trade. I still think we need picks, but I think we have a better foundation for the trade at the very least. Because now we have some future thirds. We can still offer that second round pick. I don't want to throw in a first just yet. Running back is the most replaceable position. Okay, we throw in a future second. Now we throw in one of those future thirds that we got in the Amani Hooker trade. Yep, that should just about almost get it. And then we throw in a next year's sixth round pick. And we get Nick Chubb, Zach Martin, Amani Hooker, a future second, future third, and a next year's sixth. Awesome, awesome. Because we weren't going to be able to pay CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Demarcus Lawrence, and Zach Martin. So now we just have to pay Nick Chubb, We don't have to worry about paying Jalen Waddle. We don't yet have to worry about paying George Pickens. Uh, Bradley Chubb's deal, $6 million. Hmm. No, I'm trying to look at the. It says $6 million. Is he actually that cheap when you don't have to pay his his signing bonus? Or is he gonna get like a he's gonna go from 6 to 20 million in cap. So hmm, Donovan Wilson we can worry about trading next year because a $7 million hit is big. So we can trade Donovan Wilson next year and then pay Marquise Bell to replace him. So Brian Angerer we can replace with another punter. Brandon Aubrey will stay our kicker. We'll re-sign Marquise Bell and trade Donovan Wilson in the offseason. Malik Hooker can stay our free safety. Diggs and Deron Bland can stay our corners alongside Andrew Booth. Chubb can either move to edge or stay at linebacker. Overshown's good. Actually, we have Clark at the outside, so Zaven Collins can move to the middle with Dar- Demarvian. I don't know why it took me so long to say that, but Zaven Collins can move to the inside, Clark on the outside, Chubb can stay at linebacker, Parsons is on the edge. We still have Osa at D tackle. Marshawn Nealon can now be a starter. We have our right tackle. We have our center for now. We have our left guard. We have our left tackle. Chuma can slide to the other guard for now. Receiving core looks promising. Running back core is pretty good. And we have a bridge quarterback in Jacoby Brissett, who I actually would trust way more. And we have a cesspool of draft picks. Call me the Oklahoma City Thunder. Because I got a lot of draft picks. I got my Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Micah Parsons. I got Nick Chubb. I got Trayvon Diggs. We brought in Jalen Waddle and George Pickens. So we're going to do something a little interesting here. So in the real life in NFL, there's like void years in contracts, right? We're going to pseudo void year Bradley Chubb's contract. We're not going to go in and edit Bradley Chubb and change his contract. What we're going to do is we're going to cut Bradley Chubb first. We're going to cut Bradley Chubb because there's no point in putting $2 million into each of his other years. We're going to cut Bradley Chubb since the Dolphins are paying his salary, not us. We're just paying his cap hit. So now we're going to, after cutting him, we're going to sign him back, and then we're going to sign him to a cheaper deal. So it's like we restructured his contract. Because now we didn't owe him all that money after cutting him. Because that was just his only money that was owed was his guaranteed money from the Dolphins. So the Dolphins pay that penalty. We don't have to pay that. We cut him. We signed him to a one-year deal. We save more money. And then we can sign him next year to a deal that's cheaper than $20 million a year. That saves us a lot of money. Anyone else we want to sign while we're at it? There's a lot of guys we could easily sign to contracts, but I don't think we're really going to sign many people since we're kind of not necessarily tanking, but we're not really like trying to be amazing anyway. How about Logan Thomas and Leonard Fournette? Actually, no, we have plenty of running backs. How about Logan Thomas though? Backup tight end Logan Thomas. I think that's a decent move. And just making sure Jacoby Brissett has his weapons. I like this. So offensive line looks alright. Tight end, we had Logan Thomas. We also have Luke Shoemaker. Yeah, so tight end looks pretty damn good. Receivers okay. Running backs good. We'll let Trey Lance be the backup quarterback for a year. Or maybe we'll just let Cooper Rush be the backup quarterback. He's been there for a while. I think he's earned. I think he deserves the spot more than Trey Lance does. And it doesn't look like the Cowboys in real life are showing any momentum to actually make him a starter. So let's just go get another punter. Let's just go trade for one now. Browns. I would like a cheaper punter, please. I'll give you a 1 overall higher punter. Yeah, I kind of figured you'd say no. We will offer you Trey Lance since you guys supposedly want a quarterback anyway. And you can just give me, like, I don't know, third and a fifth round pick in the future or something. A future fifth. How about no picks? Wow. Hmm. Okay then. Um, we have a fullback. Well, that's something. Um, we'll give you receiver Harmon in this trade. Damn, we're really losing this punter trade, aren't we? That is not at all a trade that I expected to be this difficult. There's a lot of guys here I'm probably not going to keep. Offer CJ Godwin. You know what? F it. It's fine. I'm going to offer Trey Lance. I'm going to offer Royce Freeman. And we're going to offer Calvin Harmon all in a trade together. I'll send all three of them to the... we could actually use Trey Lance as a backup quarterback. He's a 65 overall. Actually, low-key, the Giants. But they have their own problem with Daniel Jones. Let's not add to that. Packers. Packers and Trey Lance would be kind of awkward, but it'd be interesting. You know what? Let's let him back up Lamar. Yeah. Yeah. You don't need Royce Freeman. Just take these guys. Let Trey Lance back up Lamar Jackson. Can we get a future third? Can we get a future fourth? Future fifth it is. Future fifth round pick for Trey Lance and Calvin Harmon. I don't really like trading players. Sorry, not trading players. I don't really like cutting players. So usually I'll just trade a bunch of players because I'll make some extra cap space, and that way they still get to potentially play for a team. It's my way of thinking that I'm doing right by my players, even though it's a video game and it doesn't matter. Israel, we're just gonna trade you. I don't really have plan to resign him. I don't really have plan to keep a 59 overall on my team. Not like he's like the worst of the worst, but it's just he's not gonna play. What's the point? We'll trade Royce Freeman and Rico Dowdle. Turpin's a decent receiver, but I don't need him either. So I'm gonna send all three of you guys to the bum 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 bum. You know what, Steelers? You've helped me out at some point, so I'll help you guys out, I guess. What do you say? You give me a future third, fourth, fifth. I don't know. Just give me picks. Fuck the third round pick. Cool. I mean, late round picks can always be useful down the road if we want to try to trade up in the draft or something. I gave up a lot of picks to get Nick Chubb. Is it worth exploring a Nick Chubb trade? Is it worth it? Projected pick 4? Really? Huh. I guess I really didn't pay attention to how much value Nick Chubb would have. DeForest Buckner and a first. Jonathan Allen. Devontae Smith. Wow. I know I'd make the Eagles better, but giving me Devontae Smith, George Pickens, and Jalen Waddle would be an absolute ridiculous offense in terms of receivers. Then all I would need is a rookie quarterback, and I would have a receiver to pass to at every position. My receiving core would be amazing. But I think I'm going to pay Nick Chubb. Josh Jacobs and picks. I did originally consider Josh Jacobs. Christian Wilkins could be good too. But yeah, we'll ride and die with Josh Jacobs. I mean, Nick Chubb. We're just going to have to pay him some big money. It's all good. We'll just pay him. It's all good. Because we'll have a lot of money come time free agency. At least I think we should. We'll pay Osa. Okay, so we still have to get rid of like 12 players. So you're my punter. You're the safety we're gonna pay. We'll trade you next offseason. I guess Thomas can go. I guess CJ can go. Um, hmm. Tyrese Wheat can go. You'll move to the inside linebacker position. Send you guys to the 49ers. How about you give me one of your picks too? You freaking bums. You're not bums, but I don't know. Give me some picks. Give me a pick. Yeah, I'm going to get a 5th round pick in this year's draft from the 49ers. I'll throw in a 7th round pick from the future. 7th round pick and 3 players. We move up into the 5th round in this year's draft. Yeah, why not? Extra picks could always be useful. I mean, I now have 3 first round picks. But the thing too is that yes, I have 3 first round picks, but I didn't have to make my roster so unbelievably threaded. Like I got good talent back in return. Like I got Nick Chubb, I got Jalen Waddle, I got George Pickens, got Bradley Chubb. Although none of those players are like the most absolutely obscene players in the world, it's still pretty good. What happened to Leighton Vander Esch? Oh yeah, he's injured, isn't he? I don't even know why I asked that question. I'm not really that shocked that he's still injured. So safety, corner looks okay. I don't think I have to get rid of Buddy Johnson. You're on a 1-year deal. Not really needed. Yeah, you're fine. No, you have a cool name, but I'm gonna have to let you go anyway. You're a 50 overall. Just let you go. You guys go to the Buccaneers for a future 5th and a 7th. Just a future 5th then. I still have to get rid of. I'm still gonna make. I'm still gonna get rid of 9 more guys, and we'll sign 3 guys from free agency just to sum out our roster. Running back, we obviously have Rico Dowdle and Royce Freeman, who we can trade. Rico Dowdle, Rico Dowd, Rico Dowdle. Um, I think we can do something with him down the road. I looked originally, and I was somewhat interested in getting DJ Chark if there was a way we could get him without giving up too much. Carl Lawson, that's not particularly giving up too much. What about at running back? You guys like Royce Freeman? Royce Freeman gets us part of the way. Who else are we trading? Jalen Cropper. You guys ideally are the same thing. So I'll just trade. You have a 3-year deal. I'll just trade Jalen Cropper instead. Royce Freeman, Jalen Cropper, and Peyton Hendershot. Yeah, Peyton Hendershot has to go. Alright, well, give me DJ Chark. Okay, fine. I like DJ Chark. I think I want to try to make DJ Chark a staple on our team. I don't think he's like he's not going to cost too much money. Alright, future 6th round selection. Future 6th round selection, Royce Freeman, Jalen Cropper, and pendant shot for DJ Chark. I like it. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost officially ready to start simming the season. Quarterback's good. Get rid of Rico Dowdle. We'll get rid of you soon. You're here. You'll get re-signed. You'll get re-signed. I guess we don't technically need a fullback. I could get rid of Jalen Brooks. But more importantly, get rid of this. Outside of Rico Dowdle, I'm not really offering anything too great. You know what? You know what, Dolphins? Let's just give you more players. Rico Dowdle low-key could make your roster. Oh no, you have Jalen Wright. Never mind. What team would a 74 overall running back be useful? Giants, yes, but I'm gonna give you guys to the Jags. They'll get Rico Dowdle. Would you give me a third round pick and more? I care more about getting that third round pick than I care about the sixth or the seventh. Sure. All right, last trade, and then we'll pick up some free agents, and then we'll start simming the season. Who else can we get rid of? Maybe Buddy Johnson. I guess Buddy Johnson would make some sense. How old is Buddy Johnson? 25? No, he's got 2 years left on his deal. Oh? Alright, yeah, he'll go. Who else? Who else should we move on from? Brock Hoffman will go. And Reverend Spanford will go. Yeah. I'll send them to the Cardinals as well. Dak is trying to recruit some of his old mates to the Cardinals. Give me a fifth round pick. Cool. So now we'll go into free agency. We'll pick up a depth, say a depth linebacker and like a depth center, and then we're kind of good. I don't think we need someone like Micah Hyde. I don't think any of those really make that much sense. Kareem Hunt would have been cool if I didn't just trade for Nick Chubb. A Juju, in theory, would make sense, but I don't think he's going to be a big part of the team, so I'm not going to bother. If you're not someone who has a lot of potential to stay on the team for long, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to go all out and grabbing you. You know what I'm saying? Zach Cunningham, Rico Cobb. I do need someone who can play center. Or maybe just an offensive lineman in general. Also an end could be good. Yannick Ngakwe. I like Yannick Ngakwe. Do we give Chase Claypool another chance? Yeah, fuck it. Chase Claypool, welcome to the team. We'll sign Chase Claypool, and we'll sign a depth linebacker. We'll bring Jalen Smith back. Jalen Smith comes back to the Cowboys. Boom. Big signings. Big signings. Okay, so now let's get sim to regular season. Obviously, we're an 85 overall. The overall is going to drop quite a bit. Probably like an 80. Damn. Probably like an 82. Yeah, 82 sounds about right. And you can see now we're going to auto-generate the draft. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at the prospects. Okay, I see at least 3 QBs in the top 10, which is what I like. We got Kelly and Boone, we got Cameron Fitzpatrick, and we got Scott Gentry. Right now, he's projected to be the first pick. He's a strong arm QB. He would already kind of fit in our system. He's from Utah. I mean, I would like to say we draft the next Zach Wilson, but that's not particularly a good thing. I guess Zach Wilson didn't go to Utah. He went to BYU, but that's besides the point. So we'll get started on making sure we re-sign as many players as possible. The O-line looks relatively decent. Maybe we'll start Shoemaker over Logan Thomas. Chark is our receiver 3. We're bringing Claypool. And that looks good. I like all that. That all looks nice to me. We're going to start Bell. Because we want him to get better. We're going to start Booth. Oh, Mozzie Smith was hurt, but he's better now. So that's all good. I want Marshawn Nealon starting. Are you a right end? Go play right end so you can start. I want him starting on the defensive end. Oh, you are a right end. Um, Is there anything I should change scheme wise then? Nah, that's fine. So Bradley Chubb. I think Zayvon Collins should be our middle linebacker then. Okay, I misunderstood what our scheme was. I thought our scheme played two middle linebackers. I was mistaken. So Zayvon Collins moved to middle linebacker. He's pretty good. I like this. You there, Bradley Chubb there. We'll develop you, and then we'll pay you to be our new safety. Corner looks good. I might play around with Micah Parsons. Let's see. Edge threat, yeah, obviously. Let's see. Edge threat elite needs to be an 85 power rusher to be an edge threat elite. Okay, he's getting there. Secure tackler out of my way. Edge threat. I'll take away out of my way and give him Bogo. And then we'll give him give him under pressure because we have a lot of good DBs. Unstoppable force. Give him, yeah, maybe let him have unstoppable force. Elite pass rushers are a mix of strength, speed, and tenacity. When they're in the zone, this ability increases their ability to win block shed spreads against one-on-one pass blockers. The tenacious defenders with their pass rush moves are free. Unstoppable force are relentless. Maybe we'll just let him have unstoppable force. That's probably better. Jacoby Brissett's our bridge quarterback. Got Jalen Waddle. Okay, I'm content with this team. I'll probably just sim to the midseason, see what signings I can do. We're still gonna get Ezekiel Elliott involved. Love to see it. Ezekiel Elliott, I'm gonna make sure Micah Parsons and Ezekiel Elliott are two players. And we'll take a look at the mock draft. Once we get to the midseason to decide. Definitely we're going to draft a quarterback, but we have two other first-round picks, so we can either trade one of our first-round picks, we can trade down, we could trade for talent. We can go so many directions with that. We are 2-4, which is kind of good for what we're trying to do right now. Okay. Yes. Okay, mock draft. Projected with the fourth pick, we would draft Kellyan Boone. Our quarterbacks projected to go 1 and 2. Why would the Falcons draft a quarterback? And why would the Commanders draft a quarterback? Okay, obviously I make sense. Panthers, maybe there's a world where that makes sense. I think we just need to wait for a new mock draft. Jelani Cheeks. Well, he's Cheeks, bro. You don't want to draft him. He's Cheeks. Literally, C&D. He's Cheeks. Not very good. Projected 13th pick, corner. Why would I draft another corner? What? All these draft choices make literally no sense. If I was to draft a tackle, that might make some sense because Terrence Steele can move to guard. It would make sense for me to draft a tackle or a guard. It makes sense for me to draft a quarterback. That's the most important position for me. And then maybe either a linebacker or, because I don't need tight end, I don't need receiver, and I don't need running back. Anywho, let's see what we can do about re-signing our boys. Okay. DJ Chark wants to start talking about contract negotiations. That'll be an off-season problem. Same thing with Claypool. Go this way. So we'll accept the option on Tyler Smith. We'll let go of Brian Anger. We'll let go of Logan Thomas. Let go of Higgins. Probably gonna have to let go of Rush. Do we sign Jacoby Brissett to a 1-year extension now? I think we can get him for a bit cheaper than that. Chase Claypool. How come I don't see Nick Chubb on a 1-year deal? And I definitely did not trade for Nick Chubb to not get him back. So yeah. He like injured or something? I don't know if that would play any difference, but how come I don't see Nick Chubb? 4-year. I didn't give him a 4-year deal. I didn't tell you to do contract extensions. I said to let me do contract extensions. Also, they signed Osa without me signing him. They re-signed players that I told them not to do. Okay, well, what contract did the game decide to give you? I mean, that's an okay deal, I guess. They re-signed Bradley Chubb without me making the contract extension. Okay, how much did you give him? Oh, okay, see, there you go. That is way, way cheaper than the contract he was already under. Okay, you did good with that one. You did give him a 5-year deal, which might be a bit much, but I mean, at least you did mostly good. Alright, now how much did you give Nick Chubb? Probably a lot of money. Eh, you know what? When I was considering trading for Jonathan Taylor, he was going to make about $14 million anyway. So 14.5, 15.4, 16 for an X Factor. I can live with that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I do need to see something though. Did I not make it manual? I thought I made it manual. Contract negotiations. I didn't. That's why. What did I make manual? Reorder depth chart. Off-season bidding. Okay. Whoops. See, now that was supposed to be on manual. That was supposed to be on manual. Okay. Well, long story short, I basically got back the guys I cared the most about. I still need to see if I can get back Bell. Let me sim like 2 or 3 weeks. At this point, I got back everybody I needed, so it's all good. It's all Gucci. I still want to re-sign you, and I still want to re-sign Zeke. I probably could have traded Lawson, but it's all good. I'll worry about sending you guys later to cheap deals. And we're still going to have quite a bit of money going into free agency to try to bolster our team for the future. We'll sim to the playoffs. We're somehow still 3-4, by the way. But then again, we did trade for Nick Chubb. We're not trying to be the shittiest team in the league, because if we were, we would have just traded for a shit ton of more picks and stuff. Like, we would have traded Nick Chubb for a bunch of good more picks, and then another running back or something. The goal was just simply to be, bad enough to the. We still went 10-7. Did we make the playoffs? Did we just make the playoffs? Holy shit, we were the 3rd freaking seed with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. Okay then. Well, the whole idea of us tanking and being bad, yeah, that just didn't happen. So, well, that's awkward. No, that's very fucking awkward. Well, at least we know we can compete. Off rip. We got the 4th pick. Damn it. Who got the first? The Bears? Well, they're not projected to take a quarterback. Oh, the freaking Giants. The Patriots were still worse than us. Damn it. Damn it. Alright, well, let's take a look at a couple different things, actually. League schedule, standing stats. We'll take a look at all that stuff. Managed team, managed staff, scout players. Where is the, no, NFL standings, yeah. Okay, so the best team in the league was the Bills going 15-2. Saints went 13-4. So we had the Steelers pick, and they were the seventh best team in the league. So that's a 25th pick of the draft right there. And we got 20 something from ourselves because we went 10-7, which I didn't expect. I thought we were going to be bad, and we weren't. So that's a question mark. And the Broncos were the third team. So I guess we actually got the third pick. But the Patriots were still worse than us, even with Kyler Murray. In fact, they were single-handedly one game better. Or I guess half a game better. Without, I guess they're not half a game better. I said half a game better, but they all have the same record. No, we still get the fourth pick. The Giants get a better pick. Frickin'. I mean, that Arizona pick is still pretty valuable. So we got 26 from Pittsburgh, 22 from ourselves, and 4 from Denver. Okay. That's still 3 first round picks nonetheless. I guess I could have traded the Steelers pick to another team or something, but it's too late now. So taking a look at mock draft 3, we still are definitely en route to get a quarterback. Obviously, these two quarterbacks look better, and we kind of need a strong arm quarterback as opposed to an improviser. So if we could just trade up one more pick and maybe Cameron Fitzpatrick, that's probably the move we're going to try to do. I think we can maybe slide up from 4 to 3. Trading up from 4 to 2 might not be as doable, so we might have to just let it go there. I'm not seeing any other quarterbacks, so that's really the only route when it comes to that. As opposed to our 20th pick, our 22nd pick, they have us taking a corner who we're definitely not going to draft. We're not drafting a receiver. Eric Glass, this guy might become my right tackle. I'm kind of leaning towards Eric Glass because I'm thinking about making Terrence Steele our right guard and then drafting a new tackle. So I'm leaning in that direction. And then a defensive end, maybe. Maybe we do that. Or we just trade down, pick 26 into the second round and pick up some more picks or something. Either which way, or we'll just use it to get another good piece for our team. One way or another, we'll figure it out. 22. So pick 22 might be an offensive lineman. Pick 4 might be trading up to draft a different quarterback, and the other pick 26 might be traded down. That so far is the plan. Taking a look at our roster, Jacoby Brissett's now a 74 overall. Jalen Waddle and George Pickens played pretty well together. The offensive line was pretty stable. The defense looks like they played good and were good. Bland got injured, so I can't really expect us to win against the 49ers, but if we do, then he'll be back for the next week. I mean, there is a world where we just play and we win games and we try to make a Super Bowl push, but it's the first season. The video's kind of gone on too long as it is, so we'll just kind of get past this and just probably let the Niners beat us. They went 9-8. We had the better record, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they beat us, didn't they? Yeah, they beat us. Well, they only beat us by 6 points though. It was a 36-30 game. So we played very well, if that's any consolation. I'm not gonna fire Mike McCarthy unless 3 years from now, if he starts pissing me off and we don't win anything, then maybe I'll consider it. So we'll offer a contract to Marquise Bell again. We'll offer a contract to Zeke again. And then everyone else we'll let walk for now. How'd Jacoby Brissett do, by the way? Let's take a look at the team. I mean, we went 10-7. Couldn't have been terrible. We had the third ranked offense and the 22nd defense. Weird, but okay. 30-14 for Jacoby Brissett. Nick Chubb had 11 touchdowns and 1,200 yards on the ground. Jacoby Brissett had 4 rushing touchdowns. Nice. Jalen Waddle, 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns. George Pickens did good. Jake Ferguson was nice. DJ Chark was pretty useful in our scheme as well. Like to see it. Outside of Terrence Steele, the sack numbers were pretty decent. Like, not anything too crazy. Clark led our teams in tackles. Micah Parsons led our teams in tackle for losses. A good, a relatively okay year for Bradley Chubb. A down year for Micah Parsons. Bell led our teams in interceptions, and Donovan Wilson had two as well. So getting a safety might be a good thing. Perhaps paying him. But yeah, I'm not even going to look at the awards. We didn't win shit. We weren't a good enough team to win anything. I'll at least take a look at the playoff bracket. The Panthers are in the Super Bowl. The Panthers Ravens is the Super Bowl. Um, well, the Ravens better win this. That's a weird Super Bowl, man. It also makes me feel like we could have just walked to the Super Bowl. Mock Jet 4. Oh, we did get the third pick of the draft. Nice. So the odds of us trading up for pick 2 if we want is there. Or we can draft a guy who has 4 A's and set up 3 A's. Either which way, we get a quarterback. So, I'm content. Alright, we got a